In this video today, I'm going to share with you some of my top tips to boost the flavour in homemade vegan and plant-based food. Now, chilies. We often think we add chilies to a dish because we want to add a little bit of spice. For example, if you're cooking Indian food or you're cooking like a spicy arrabbiata, we add it in there to add a kick. And that is one great way of using chilies. Now, I try to use chilies in slightly different ways too. So I have some friends who don't really love spice, but they do love flavour. And I find that by using chilies, you can also add a warmth to a dish. So for example, one of the first ways I use chilies is by adding it to an ingredient like a soup or a salad or any other kind of dish really that I'm making. And I'll add just the tiniest bit of chili. And it's not enough to give you that really spicy kick, but it's enough to add a warmth and a flavour to the dish that you don't even really notice, but it just adds something to the overall flavour. Now, smoky flavours is something that people who eat meat get a lot, via barbecues, by just cooking meat, for a particular dish, that kind of smoky hue, if you're eating something like bacon. But if you're vegan or plant-based, it can be a really difficult flavour to get into a dish, but it really adds something to it as well. So the third way I use chilies in recipes is actually by layering chilies together. So what I mean by this is, by putting more than one chili in a dish. Now, it doesn't mean that you're going to get like a massive chili kick and, a bit of oomph in a dish, unless of course you really want that, then go ahead. But by layering chilies, it brings out something else into the dish. So for example, I make a 3 chili salsa. And one of the chilies I use is the smoky chili. Another one I use is a bit more sort of like a regular everyday chili. And I also use some pickled jalapenos. Now each of those, if you were to taste them, have a different flavour, different notes. And also, when the heat rises in the chili, it will differ depending on the chili you're using. So if you can put them together, you're going to get a really amazing flavour. And so that's why I often layer chilies in my dish.